אוקיי. שלום לכולם, לי קוראים אשריאל מור, ואני דובר קהילת העברים של דימונה, בנוסף לשגריר של ארגון התפוצות האפריקאי פה בארץ ישראל. And in English, that means that my name is Ashriel Moore, and I'm a spokesperson for the Hebrew Israelite community here in Israel and Dimona, and the ambassador of the African Diaspora Collective to Israel in the Middle East.
All right, thank you. And so about the African Hebrew Israelite community, you all have been in Israel for years?
We migrated to Israel. The first members migrated to Israel in 1968, and we've been here ever since. There are approximately 3,000 of us. We're right here in the central square in the heart of Tel Aviv. This square is usually packed at this time of night. It's 10 o'clock in the evening now here in Israel. It's usually packed. It's absolutely nobody out here. You probably see one or two cars moving around. And right here, right on the waterfall, you have here kind of a small memorial, right? For the 40 children that were killed in the massacre out there a week ago.
First off, it's beautiful. You know, this is not and we usually don't see Israel unless they're doing some sort of war coverage. So
Right.
don't get to this is beautiful. We don't usually get to see this side of Israel, but is it relatively safe where you are right now?
Well, it's relatively safe, but relative is very relative because we've had rockets all day long, as a matter of fact. And we just now really had an opportunity to be able to breathe for a moment. And so now that we're taking a breather for a moment, now we're able to actually move around a little bit. But it's not 100% safe because the rockets are still coming. And so even at this very moment, there's a possibility that we can be able to hear a siren. You understand? So
if you were to hear a siren, like, you know, just for the benefit of those of us who've never been there, you know, who've only seen scattered things on television, if you were to hear a siren right now, what would you do? What would happen?
Well, if we were to hear a siren right now, we'll have to probably find the nearest bomb shelter. And if there's no shelter anywhere in the area, then we may have to just lay on the ground out here just for safety.
As a community that seems particularly caught in between this conflict, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think this is happening, and how do you think this will end?
Well, unfortunately, we have to speak from a perspective of truth, right? This is not actually a conflict that is between Israel and the Palestinians. The conflict is between Israel and Hamas. We have enough examples of coexistence here inside of Israel to be able to show a great example of what could be had you had leadership on the other end that actually wanted to reach, you know, those type of agreements. But unfortunately, you just don't have that.
Can I give you a hug?
Oh, yes.
You need a hug.
I need a hug.
You need a big hug.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Ambassador Moore. Please be safe out there. Before we go, how can we stay in touch with you, and what can we do to help?
Well, thank you so much, Mayor Khalid, for having me on with you and with our family out in South Fulton and wherever else they may be listening to us. You can get in touch with me by Instagram at Ashriel Moore, ASHRIEL MOORE. And how can we help? Well, the first help that we would need from our brothers and sisters, understanding that we come from a very serious spiritual background, is to pray for our brothers and sisters to be safe here in the land. Secondly, we do need donations to be able to help the families who are actually affected by this situation. As I said, we have more than 50 families who are actually residing in Ashkelon but had to move to a different place because of the security threat there. So they don't really have, you know, clothes and food and things like that. So we've been organizing these things for them at the least to be able to assist them in the beginning. So we definitely need those, and we'll send a link where people can be able to donate via PayPal.
Let me say, all right, well, thank you. Thank you again so much, Ambassador Moore, for taking this time to educate all of us here in the city of South Fulton. Please be safe out there.
Thank you very much. And as we say in Hebrew, Toda Rabba v'lehitraot v'shi'eh lekulam erev tov, which means thank you very much. And until next time, I'm wishing and hoping that everyone have a peaceful and a good night.